All right, now we're gonna do a Form C. That will be the trailer, the front of the trailer, all the way to the back of the trailer. So we're gonna start with our bulkhead. Our bulkhead is properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. It has no holes, and all my rivets are in place. Then we're gonna go up top to my clearance lights. My clearance lights are properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, chipped, or broken, and they're amber in color. Now, as I move down the side of my trailer, I'm gonna be inspecting the upper frame, which is properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken, and all rivets are in place. I'm gonna be inspecting my sidewall. It's properly mounted and secured with no holes or bulges. All my rivets are in place. I'm also gonna be inspecting my DOT tape, which should be 50% all the way down the side of my trailer. The colors are red and white reflective in color, and it's not cut, torn, or frayed. And then I also have my lower frame going down the trailer. Make sure it's properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken, and all rivets are in place as I go down. So I'm gonna start walking, and I'm gonna be checking up and down my trailer as I go. Checking up and down, making sure my DOT tape is good. All right, then I'm gonna start right here to my landing gear. This is my landing gear. It's properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. All hardware is present and tight. My landing gear pad is properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken, free of any debris, and it's in the up position. And then I have my crank handle. It's properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. All hardware is present and tight, and it's safely stowed in the lock position. Then as I go down, I'm also gonna be checking my floor, which is right here, properly mounted and secured with no holes or dry rot. Then I have my cross members, properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, bent, or broken. All hardware is present and tight. And I'm also gonna be checking that all the way down my trailer as I go. So I'm gonna start down here, and I'm gonna start walking, checking up under here, making sure we're good, checking the sidewall, making sure everything is good, my upper frame, sidewall, lower frame, DOT tape, everything good. Now I'll stop right here. This is my turn signal, four-way flasher, marker reflector, and running light. It's properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, chipped, or broken, and it's amber in color. So I'll keep moving. I'll keep checking up under here, checking the sidewall, upper frame, everything looking good. Then I'll come right here to my airlines. They're properly mounted and secured with no abrasion, bulges, or cuts. It's at least 3 to 18 inches off the ground, and I hear no audible leaks. Then I have my tandem slide rail. It's properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken, and with no illegal welds or holes. And I move down a little bit more. I have my sliding rail, tandem sliding rail locking pins, which are right here, properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, bent, or broken, and they're in the out position. I have my tandem release arm, properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken, and it's in the lock position. Then in the front, I have my torsion bar, which is properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. All hardware is present and tight. I have my torque arm, which is properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken, but all hardware present and tight. Then I go up under here, and I'm gonna talk about my leaf springs. They are properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, and they're properly aligned, not scissored. Then I have my U-bolts next to it, properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, bent, or broken. All hardware is present and tight. Then I have my brake hoses, properly mounted and secured with no abrasion, bulges, or cuts. It's properly coupled to my dual brake chamber, held together by 2 C-clamps, properly mounted and secured. Not cracked, bent, or broken. All hardware is present and tight. And overall, I hear no audible leaks. In the back here, I have my slack adjuster, which is properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. When my brakes are applied, it should be at a 90-degree angle. Then I have my push rod. It's properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. When my brakes are released, it should be no more than 1 inch of play. And my slack adjuster and push rod are held together by your clevis and cotter pin. Then we move to the inside of our wheel. This is my brake lining. It's properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. And it should be no less than a 1/4 inch of thickness on the brake pads and free of any dirt, oil, or grease. Then I have my brake drum. It's properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken, and it's free of any illegal welds. So we're done with that, so we'll come on out. We're gonna come out to my bud rims, bud spacing. It's properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. There's no daylight, free of any debris and illegal welds. Then we have our dual tires, which is my trailer tires, properly mounted and secured. No abrasion, bulges, or cuts, and no audible leaks. Evenly worn, and my tread depth can be no less than 2 32 inch tread depth. And then I want to make sure it's filled to the manufacturer specification, which I can find on the tire or inside the cab door. And if I want to check the pressure, I will use a truck tire pressure gauge. Then I come to my rim, properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken, and no illegal welds. Then I got my lug nuts, properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, bent, or broken. All hardware is present and tight. If they're too tight, you'll see spotted cracks. Too loose, you'll see rust trails or shiny metal. This is my hub seal, properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. All hardware is present and tight, and no visible leaks. If I want to check it, I'll pop this seal off right here. I'll stick my pinky finger in it, and it should come to my first knuckle. If it doesn't, I'll add as needed. Then I come to my metal valve stem, properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. Cap is hand tight, and no audible leaks. Then I have my front, middle, and rear leaf spring mounts. They are all properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, and all hardware is present and tight. So we're done with this axle. So we would say, I will inspect this axle as I did this axle. And then we'll continue checking as we go down, making sure my sidewall's good. Come past it, come past your wheels, make sure it's good. Then we'll come right here to my mud flap and mud flap bracket. My mud flap bracket is properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. All hardware is present and tight. My mud flap itself is not cut, torn, or frayed. It's not touching the tire, or at least 3 to 8 inches off the ground. Then we'll keep checking as we go down, make sure our trail is good. Everything looks good. And we'll start right here. This is my marker reflector light. It's properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, chipped, or broken, and it's red in color. Then we'll come around to the back side of the trailer. I like to work outside in. We'll start with our door hinges. They are properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, bent, or broken. All hardware is present and tight. We have our door seal, properly mounted and secured. It's not cut, torn, or frayed, and no visible leaks when the door is closed. Then we have our door itself. It's properly mounted and secured with no holes, no damage. Then we have our door locking bars, properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, bent, or broken. All hardware is present and tight. And then I will show you that my door opens. My door opens and my door closes. They lock back in place. Then I have 100% DOT tape across my door, red and white reflective in color, not cut, torn, or frayed. Then I have my tail lights. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are my tail lights. They are properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, chipped, or broken, and they're red in color. My outside lights operate as my turn signal, 4-way flasher, marker reflector, and running light. Then we come to my marker reflector lights again. They're properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, chipped, or broken, and they're red in color. We have my door locking chains. They are properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, bent, or broken. All hardware is present and tight. And when my door opens, it hooks around my locking latch, which is right here. It is properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken, and all hardware is present and tight. And we come back around, and we're going to talk about my DOT bumper. It's properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. All hardware is present and tight, and it has 100% DOT tape across my bumper, red and white reflective in color, and not cut, torn, or frayed. So we did everything on our trailer. At the end, we would say, I would inspect this side of my vehicle as I inspected this side of my vehicle. And we'd like to thank you for joining 160 Driving Academy for our pre-trip.